This is the reality that hit me 16 years ago, at 16 years of age, as I was interning in a local primary school in my neighborhood. And I was talking to Beatrice, a 41-year-old woman who had come into the school to pay tuition fees for her daughter. And I needed her to fill in some paperwork for me, and I was met with silence. I saw tears roll down her face as she explained to me that she could neither read nor write, and how for 15 years she had neither been able to help her children with their homework or read a single report card. What was even more shocking for me was that Beatrice was married to a university lecturer, someone who you'd think would have supported his wife on the road to literacy. And sadly, this is a situation that faces individuals and communities around the world. My name is Sheba Moyo. I'm a literacy teacher, trainer, and mentor, and I have been so for the past 9 years. And I'm here today to talk to you about literacy in sub-Saharan Africa. What is literacy, you might be asking? Literacy has been defined as the ability to read and write. Now, my question for everyone in this room is, if someone is only able to read and write their name, can you consider them to be literate? This has led scholars to redefine the term literacy and to add to it and say literacy is the ability to read and write with understanding. Now, I want to give you a few facts about literacy in sub-Saharan Africa. When you see someone with a lot of props, you know that they're a teacher. And yes, ladies, these are hair rollers. 1 in 3 adults is unable to read and write. That is over 180 million people. Now, if everyone in this room was representative of the population of sub-Saharan Africa, 1/3 of the people in this room would not be able to read and write. Now, if you have to think about that, that could be the person next to you, or that could be you. What further breaks my heart is that more than 50 million young people between the ages of 15 and 24 are unable to read and write with understanding. And these are Africa's future leaders. Why literacy, you might ask? How does it impact me as an individual, my family, and my community? And the answer is very simple. PPS. People, parents, and society. Studies have shown that literate people are better able to access education and employment opportunities. This is because they're able to access information on their own. If you have to think about it, if you or I needed to find out anything, what would we do? You'd pick up the phone, Google it, or call someone, or you'd read a book, isn't it? Illiterate people do not have these options available to them. Studies have further shown that literate parents are more likely to keep their families healthy and to send their children to school. They are more likely to keep their families healthy in the sense that they make better dietary choices for their families and they make sure that their families have access to adequate medical care. They also send their children to school because they understand the value of education. I, as a parent of 3 daughters, have dragged my children kicking and screaming to school. That's because I understand the value of education, but also school is a very good babysitter, isn't it? Yeah. Societies. Literate societies are better geared to address developmental challenges that they may be facing. This is because they are more civically engaged and can not only identify their challenges, but can chart a way forward to overcome them. Now, back to my Beatrice story. I tutored Beatrice for 6 months, during which time she learned how to read and write. And also, she went on to train as a tailor and opened up her own business. Beatrice inspired me to become a literacy teacher, trainer, and mentor. And to date, I have trained 150 literacy teachers in my society. In closing, I want to leave you with the words of Kofi Annan, the late and former Secretary General of the United Nations, who said, "For everyone everywhere, literacy is a basic human right. I am doing something about literacy in my society. What will you do?" Thank you.